Hi Abe and Steve, my name is Kate Bortinsky, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 things you can do today to bring in more customers to your business. Most likely you're sitting there asking yourself, why would she be doing this and what's in it for her? Well, the answer is simple. Oftentimes, most local business owners are too busy running their business to learn how to improve their online marketing strategy and the benefits it would have for them and their company. And other times, the only hesitation they have to hiring someone is they don't know who's an expert and who isn't. I've found that by giving people an easy free attack plan of actual things they can do to impact their business for free has resulted in some of those local business owners still raising their hand and saying, "Hey Kate, I like you. Can you just handle this for me, please?" So if by the end of this video you've liked what you've seen and you're thinking, yeah, this information could really move the needle for my business, shoot me a message and we can have a deeper conversation. Or if at the end of this video you simply want to take this free attack plan I give you and do it yourself, that works for me too. No harm, no foul. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but when I tried to look at your website, it showed an error message and couldn't be found. If you have any strong rankings with Google from your online marketing efforts, one day with your site down can drastically tank your business rankings. So, a bonus tip before we get started with the main things I want to show you. By getting your website back up and running, customers will be able to find you so much easier. Right now, you can't get any leads from Google. So let me show you the 3 things that will set your company above your competition and not waste any more of your time or mine. So the first thing I want to go over is content. Since I can't pull your website, I will be using your number 1 competitor's website, Novi Furnace and Air Conditioning. So what is content? Content is how Google knows what you do and who you do it for. Content is the information highlighted on your website that Google is sending back to their algorithm to tell them what you should be found for. There's also content you can't read, like images, but Google is able to read them. If you right-click on your images and hit Save As, you can see there are keywords hidden behind these images, and we want to optimize this text as well. Even a simple Novi heating and cooling can boost your website's placement on Google. When we don't have enough content, specifically keyword-rich content that your customers are searching for, how would Google know to show your business for that search term? We have found that most sites ranking in the top 3 spots on Google have a minimum of 1,500 to 2,400 words on their website, and they're using the right keywords throughout their content. Since I can't access your website, I'm unable to tell you how many words are on your site. However, once it's back up and running, you can search the URL www.searchbloom.com. This website will automatically tell you how many words are on your site. So let's go ahead and check out your competitors, Novi Furnace and Air Conditioning. They are showing as the number 1 search result on Google. They have just under 1,900 words. As you can tell, Google rewards them for this content, but they're beatable. They just put a little more effort into their content. Now, this is a tool I use called Ahrefs. Anyone can use it. I pay a few $100 a month for it. Essentially, it gives me behind-the-scenes insights of your competition and shows the keywords they are ranking for that attract your customers. This helps pinpoint the keywords that you should be targeting as well. So I ran a quick scan of Novi Furnace and AC here, and if I go and click on the keywords, it will show me the exact keywords that your competition is ranking for and what your customers are searching for each month. As you can see, your competitor is ranking highest for furnace replacement Novi, Michigan with 60 searches a month, and furnace repair Novi with 80 searches a month for these 2 keywords combined. I was able to pull your website in Ahrefs, So when we look at your site's keywords, it's not ranking for furnace replacement novi or heating and cooling novi because you're not optimized for these terms. So here's what Google does think your site is about based on your current content. AC repair West Bloomfield, HVAC services West Bloomfield, and furnace repair West Bloomfield. Even with your keywords, your website is buried around the 9th, 10th, and 11th spot, which means when a potential customer who's looking for your services in your city will likely never see your business. Ultimately, that's costing your business thousands of dollars by not being in those top positions on Google. So the first thing you need to do to beat your competition online is incorporate more keyword-rich content on your homepage, because that's what's driving your competitor's business, and it's 100% beatable if you get this done. Now check this out. When we Google Novi Heating and Cooling, in Google we see a ton of ads. But here's the thing, ads can work, but they can also be a money pit if your customer, say, has an ad blocker, they won't show up. Or if your foundation, your website, isn't dialed in. So be careful not to burn your money with Google ads until you know for sure your website will convert. So moving on to the second key thing that I want to show you today, that's citations. You're probably thinking, what's a citation and why do they matter? That's a great question. You can see the Google Maps section, or what we call the map pack here, and you can see the business name, address, and phone number. That's known as your NAP. This is how Google verifies and gives relevance to your local business. So a citation is your NAP, name, address, phone number, on places like Yelp, the BBB, Yellow Pages, Facebook, and a couple hundred other directories. So now you might be asking, hey Kate, how do I rank in maps? I told you I read minds. So let me explain the number one thing you can do today to push your business up the map pack. Most companies in the number one spot on Google have around 150 citations. Since you're sitting around the 50th place for HVAC services in Novi, you probably have 3 to 8 citations. When you have more citations than your competitor, you gain more trust from Google than they do, which pushes you above them in the map pack. Now you are thinking, great, how do I do that? It's really simple. I use sites like WhiteSpark or Bright Local that will tell me exactly what directories your competition is listed on. From there, I'll literally go down the list and get you on the same ones. But I don't stop there because we don't want to just match them. We want to dominate them online. So if your competition has 150 citations, we want to match them and add 100 to 200 more so it takes them a long time to catch back up. Now, let's talk about the third and final key thing that I want to cover with you today. Link juice, also referred to as backlinks. This third pillar will really help you dominate on Google. So when we search for Novi Heating and Cooling, we scroll down past the map pack. You can see your site isn't number one. The top 3 searches on Google get about 75% of the clicks, meaning most potential customers are choosing one of the first 3 results and never even make it to your listing. So the top 3 spots are where you want to be, and to get there, you'll need authority. So how do you get authority? Well, it all comes down to backlinks. And a backlink is when one website links to another website. So think like this. If site A links to site B, then site A is giving site B some of its link juice, kind of like a vote of confidence. And in Google's eyes, this gives site B authority. It's kind of like a popularity contest. And the more relevant the site is, the more valuable the link is. So let me give you an example. If you get a local blog or industry-related site, such as your suppliers like maybe Lennox or Bryant linking back to you, that's a great backlink. But if you're a heating and cooling company and you get a backlink from, say, Pizza Hut linking to you, that's not so great because you don't sell pepperoni. So let's go to your site overview. So here we see that you have 63 backlinks. Not bad, but not dominant. However, with your site down, customers have no way of getting a hold of you. Now let's look at Novi Furnace and AC again. They've got 237 backlinks from strong, relevant sources. By adding even just one good backlink, it can be worth more authority to Google than over 100 irrelevant backlinks. Once again, how do we get these? Well, with Ahrefs, we can see exactly which sites are linking to them, and we can go get those same links for your business. Getting your business to the top is not magic. It's just a method, and I've shown you that method today. So in closing, we went over getting your website back up and running on Google. Then we covered content. You need to incorporate more keyword-rich content with at least 1,500 words on your homepage. Second, we covered citations. You want to have 200 to 300 citations to beat out your competition by a landslide. Third, link juice. You need more relevant sites pointing to your website to show Google that you have more authority than your competitors. And if you implement these strategies today, you can be number one across Google. I know how tough the market is, and I know how dependent small businesses are on third-party companies like Angie's List and HomeAdvisor. I also know how painful it is to pay for leads that are shared amongst your competitors. Since your leads are unable to directly visit your website, then call you, you are most likely having to pay for that shared lead on both Angie's List and HomeAdvisor. What I've shown you today, though, gives you control over your leads and an actionable plan that will have clients coming straight to your door without a broker in between. So what now? Well, you can either take this information I shared with you today and run with it on your own, and I'm totally cool with that. Just send me a quick note that you watched it and your thoughts about it. I would really appreciate your feedback. However, if you'd rather take the faster, more efficient route and want to save yourself the time and effort in learning to implement these things, you can give me a call at 810-358-5645 and we can have a deeper conversation. Once again, my name is Kate Bortinsky and my phone number is 810-358-5645. I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day.